Naila, we need to bring shame back. We need to shame people who think just because you have a bit of money, now you're excused to have bad behavior. You can just go around and show people Matara and just talk however you want, drive however you want, have no respect for authority because of your little
Land
cash.
Rover.
Isn't this a common thing that you've noticed, especially in the 254?
Yes.
So I saw a guy, man. I saw a guy yesterday talking smack, Maze, to the waiter.
Oh, shame.
Yeah, and he looked like he had a bit of money.
But
the way he was talking to this guy, I was just like, yo, fam. But what about how then if you could talk to somebody like this, somebody you don't even know, how do you treat your own, say, house girl or houseboy or gardener? Better yet, even your wifey. Your colleagues at work. Maybe you're an employer, your employees, right? Because many a times we check how even people in power, they sort of look down on Kenyans just because you have a bit of money, and then you just feel like it's your God-given right to talk to people like they're your slaves.
Yes,
these people have to be shamed, and you shouldn't be afraid of shaming them, regardless of the consequences.
I'm just asking myself a question. We are all human beings first, besides power and money.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop treating people like trash because you have money.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, the punishment that comes later on in life.
Really, yeah.
You will pay for it, and your kids' are going to pay for it. Treat people like human beings.
Yeah.
Respect human beings.
And treat them how you want them to treat you.
I might not agree with you. Yes, I might not agree with you. You might have wronged me, but have some decency in how you address me when I've wronged you.
Sometimes when I see these types of people, it just gets to show you how they were raised. They're horrible parents.
But you choose, despite the fact that maybe you weren't raised how you'd have loved to be raised.
Yeah.
You wake up today and you're an adult.
Yeah.
Stop. It only counts at the end of the day how I treated people. How did I make people feel?
So my dad always tells me about this thing called being a leader without a title. When being a leader entails a lot of things.
Yes.
Your values have to speak so loud. You have to treat people kindly.
Yes.
You almost have to be at the front line. When I say at the front line, you have to put yourself on your people's level. You have to put yourself in their shoes and understand that, whatever they're going through could easily happen to you.
Yes.
You have to be empathetic.
Yes.
I hate it.
I know.
When a leader is playful with people's lives.
Yes.
You show people Madarao.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just because you have a bit of money.
Yeah.
You think you're better than them.
Yeah.
You think you're cut from a different cloth. We will shame you.
At the end of the day. 6 foot at the end of the day.
Correct. Your time is coming. Somehow, you're never going to be here forever.
None of us will be here forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So treat people with dignity.
Yeah.
Treat people with respect.
Yeah.
Because that person, you don't know where you're going to find them tomorrow.
It's true. It's interesting. I was watching a series that I've been watching for some time now. It's called The Last Kingdom. It just talks about how there's this guy called Alfred the Great.
Yes.
He was the first king of England. Who was a brilliant king, and because there's a lot of wars back in the day, so he did an amazing job to unite England.
Okay.
So he was the king of Wessex, so he united Northumbria, Mercia, all these other counties, so to speak, and made England a great one. But actually, it is his son who really did a lot of the work, King Edward, the Elder. Now, Edward. My point is, Edward had. Before he became king, before he took over from his dad, got another girl pregnant.
Okay.
And she had twins by him. But Edward's mom was so pissed. She was like, what? You're going to get a whole pregnant?
Was she a
commoner? This is disrespectful. Yeah. How could you? How dare you, Edward? You know what they did to the commoner? You get the center to, that place for nuns? A nunnery.
Oh, no.
They sent her to the nunnery, and then they took the kids to a place for like a shelter.
Oh, my God.
When they were little babies. And Edward was so pissed, but eventually he kubalid. So what happened was, Edward eventually, they got him like a proper queen.
Okay.
From another elite family.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So she had a baby.
Yes.
I forget this queen's name. She had a baby with Edward. But guess what? You see the other, so his first kids, the twins, it was a boy and a girl.
Yes.
Life, I don't want to say too many details. the way life happens.
Yes.
You keep on rowing people.
Yes.
Kumbe God loves the underdogs.
He does.
That
Always.
boy ended up actually becoming king.
Oh my goodness. What a beautiful
As opposed
story.
to this other one. Now,
Yes.
actually, this one, the one from the legitimate wife,
Yes.
only became king for 16 days.
Yes.
Something happened to him and then he died.
Yeah.
Guess what? The other one who was kicked out, the one who was, looked down upon, ended up becoming the greatest, one of the greatest. It's called what? I forget his name anyway. Yeah, so he really did a good job. He fought many wars, and he's the reason England became so, so great.
He had royal blood.
He had royalty, you know what I mean?
Royal blood at the end of the day.
Right, so that's the point. And just because moral of the story in this whole thing.
Yes.
Just because you have a bit of money, just because you have a bit of status, just because you've been put in a position of influence and power, doesn't mean those guys who are coming up are not going to take over.
And just
So you got to treat them with respect.
and even people who serve you, treat them with respect.
I agree.
The people who are around you, they build the person that you are.
Yeah. They
Respect
can make or
them.
break you.
They can make or break you.
Yeah, it's true.
So at the end of the day, it's not about what you said. It's not about what you do. It's about how you made them feel.
Oh, jeez, that's powerful.
That is what Maya Angelou says.
Yeah.
I will never forget how you made me feel.
Yeah.
So at any point in your life,
Yeah.
please be intentional
Yeah.
in making sure by the time I'm leaving the room,
Yeah.
you didn't make me feel
Okay.
like I was nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're coming back to talk about movies.
Hey, good stuff.
Sasawa,
I
David
love it.
Guetta, Kelly Rowland, When Love Takes Over.
The Spice Drive, spicing up your drive.